Hey everybody, Adam Savage here in my cave, and in light of the fact that Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is now available to buy or rent, we thought we would show you some extra videos we shot while we were covering the making of the film last year. This time from the prop makers. This is some really good stuff. Check it out. Just to let you guys know up at the front here, you're going to hear a lot of work in the background, and that's because we are taking up a bunch of Ben's precious time here while he's got props that need to leave within the next couple of hours for filming. Thank you, Ben, for letting us waste your time. Now, the villain in this film, Garraka, like Ghostbusters villains, is an ancient, has a lot of history, and you've had to build a lot of props for him.
A lot of props for it, yes.
And now I'd love to walk through some of these.
Okay, well, the first prop is the orb.
This is the hero?
This is the hero, ancient orb.
Oh my God. Now tell me about the development process for something like this.
Well, we did start off with a different type of orb.
Yeah.
And then we realized that because it's supposed to be over 3,000 years old, it'd be better to get someone to hand sculpt it.
Ah, so you tried a digital version?
We tried a digital version, which is over there.
Ah, this thing.
Yeah, if you grab that.
Yeah.
But it all looks a bit too even and a bit too, well, a bit spacey, really.
Sure.
Whereas this actually looks hand-built.
It really does, and hand-weathered. Now, when you do sculpting like this, did they sculpt every character?
Every character was sculpted by hand on that. Wow. And then we ground it down after we cast it to give it the worn look. Amazing.
And this is a process of back and forth with the filmmaker, with Gil.
With Gil, deciding what they like. So it's gone from this to that, and then pristine down to worn.
And so there's a moment when you hand Gil this and he goes, oh. Is there?
There is just about. It took a bit of time, but yes, we finally got the aha moment.
Amazing, amazing. Now this also has a home, and I see some iterations for where the orb sits.
Yeah, these were some prototypes. This was the final one that's used in the film.
So I'm curious about how these came about.
Well, this one is a 3D print. We quickly modeled something up to get the rough idea
of shape and form.
Yeah, and then we started to. This is the sculpt, and then we changed it a little bit, and then we ended up, and this is molded, and then it ended up as the final.
Can I put this in?
Yes, you can.
Oh, and it sits. Oh, wow, that's perfect.
Yeah.
This all was part of an iterative process of figuring out what it should sit on.
And everything, as you know, in Daddy's room, as we can see, is all made out of brass, which seems to be the thing that can control these demons. Hence a brass orb. It
looks like some of these are real things that you repurposed.
They are repurposed, yeah. I think this is an Indian light stand that we repurposed.
Oh, amazing.
Changed it a little bit.
And this is just looking at drawings and figuring out ways to solve this problem.
Solve the problems, yeah.
You don't want someone to hand sculpt this.
We could, it's one of those things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everything could be designed, but then I think if everything's designed, I think that's when you start losing it. It's quite good to be able to say, well, let's just get something that's old and roughly what we need and modify it. Obviously, it wasn't quite like that when we got it.
Yeah.
But it was halfway there.
But it adds more narrative.
Yeah.
All right, and the biggest feature of Garraka here, I want to talk about these horns, these beautiful animal horns. These were sculpted, am I right?
These were sculpted. In fact, behind here we have the sculpt.
That's the original sculpt. And so digital, just going
No,
right
we
for
worked
the
with the digital people. They'd already decided kind of how the horns were going to look when they're on Garraka.
Like their overall form.
Yeah, their overall form.
Okay.
So they gave us that. We actually printed up a bit from theirs to give a really good 3D for the sculptor, and then Martin over there then sculpted these.
Yeah.
And then we molded them, then we played around for ages trying to get them looking hard but being light.
I see. Right, because and somebody still has to handle these.
Somebody's still got to take those off, and if they were real horn, they'd be quite heavy.
Now, I'm looking at this twist here, and I'm thinking this mold itself is a pain in the butt.
It was, yeah. You should go and see Sean.
Because I mean, just getting this out from around the rubber
is a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite a difficult mold to do, but we managed it, as we always do.
And so this is a lighter weight polyurethane resin?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's lightweight. It's lightweight resin with foam inside.
Oh, nice.
Just to fill it out.
Right, right.
And then I think I think we can.
Oh,
They come off.
magnets. Oh, that's
The magnets
fantastic.
and a little thing, but then we had to resculpt this bit here, which is the bit
To look like
obviously goes
marrow
inside-
and things like
goes in the
that.
side of his head. Yeah.
And then a little alignment pin. Now, I'm looking at this center part, and this doesn't look sculpted at all. This looks like you also are repurposing.
Again,
some
repurposing more Indian
Amazing.
stuff. Actually, I think this came from India.
I mean, I actually saw this bin here,
Yeah.
and this is the kind of stuff you went and
get-
found at
Yeah.
thrift
Because the whole
stores?
point is that it's all ancient and old. So why try and design something, sculpt it, and make it when you can buy something that, okay, this isn't that old, but it's in the style of something quite old, and it's in real material, real wood, and we just repurpose it.
And so these aren't even castings; these are
No,
real.
they're
These are real
all
things,
real
real
wood, yeah.
objects.
Yeah.
And it's. I mean, it lends a veracity
Yeah.
to it. Even down to these hooks. Did you guys fabricate these?
Yeah, we made those hooks up just to.
That's a nice fabrication
Yeah.
department to do some wrought iron like that.
Yeah, well, some was quite good. Yeah,
Incredible. It sounds like it was a journey to get here.
it was. I mean, a lot of this stuff's been a bit of a journey.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think once we got this to the point where we had about 3 sculpts to get to there.
Fair enough.
Because first it was too short, then it was too long, and then didn't. Anyway.
Then it was Goldilocks.
Yeah, then it was Goldilocks. Then it was the right one. Yeah, so there was quite a lot of work just getting exactly what Gil wanted.
Well, it's also a testament that like you can design something digitally, but you still have to see it in for real.
Yeah.
And so what you're describing is a process where you
Yeah,
really have
'cause-
to iterate. For
But
real.
also as well, when you were looking at a digital image, a lot of them was just stills of a digital image.
Right.
It wasn't that we had and even when you did have it, it's on a computer and you're just moving it around. It's not the same.
Yeah.
Which is why it helped that we actually printed out a section of this
one-to-one.
1-to-1, so we could say, look, and really have a look and see if that's the way we wanted it. Obviously, we had loads of reference of different horns
Right.
to copy.
They're lovely and menacing because I've seen a lot of animal horns, but never any quite like
that.
this.
No, it's more like a spinal column, isn't it?
It really is a spinal column with some malevolence.
Yeah.
And you know, forgive me for not knowing, but did these ever get worn by the actor?
No, because
Okay.
I think as soon as he takes them off the rack, they then become digital and he puts them on. And
Fair enough. That's a lot easier to do than a practical.
I think that would be quite difficult to do as practical. It would be quite ungainly.
Yeah.
But I think they're ungainly anyway when we see the film.
Excellent. Ben, this is beautiful, beautiful work. I love the orb. The orb really does feel like it's 3,000 years old.
Good. Thank you.
All right. I'm going to let you get back to your
Well,
team.
I better get back.
Thank you so much for your
No
time,
worries.
my friend.
Pleasure.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I want to tell you, so much fun covering this film, especially how gleeful everyone was to be making practical props. A reminder that Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is now available to buy or rent. Watch it now.